So let's get started immediately with episode 4. Oh, look! Join the Discord, follow us on Twitter. I don't think we need a recap. I'm incredulous that I'm going from the real world with its own content warnings to a horror game stream with its own set of content warnings. Welcome to life, baby! No matter what, you need a content warning. But also, hi Nix and Azalea, how are you guys doing? It's a little early. Have your days been okay so far? You open your eyes, it's a new day. Last night seemed so far away. I always say no recap because why would I need a recap? I just played the game. What happened last night? I remember what happened last night. That ghost was haunting the city hall and it said, hey, give me some years of your life and I'll go. And I said, let's get out of here. So now Rosalina and Oscar do not have a home because the ghost is still there. And that's more or less it. Everybody's a little upset, a little traumatized because their bodies were used by the ghost, especially Stella, which maybe we'll check out. Last night seemed so far away. You can almost pretend the horrors you witnessed in the annex were nothing but a nightmare, chased away by the harsh morning light. But you know that the furious spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. yet lingers, locked behind the doors of the town hall, still tied to the earth by its hatred of you and your bloodline. Yeah, I did not free that spirit. I said that's not my business. What my family did is not my business because I don't even know the Scarlets like that. I did for a second contemplate saying, go after Tabitha. She's right down the street, but I didn't. I didn't. An involuntary shudder runs down your spine. Oof, Nick's tired. Are you working today? I do not perceive the wrongs of history. That's my revisionist motto. History? I don't know her. I didn't do that. That wasn't my business. I'm joking. For legal reasons and purposes, I am joking. Please do consider the history. I was working? Oh boy. Well, come hang out with us, and let's have a good calm time playing Scarlet Hollow. But your thoughts are interrupted by the buzz of your phone on the nightstand. Oh, it's from Kanika. Hope you made it home okay? Haven't heard from Stella since last night. How about you? You check your messages, there's nothing from Stella. I feel like this situation may warrant a call. You dial Stella. Hey, what's up? Oh, she does this. She's this person. Haha, just kidding. I'm not able to come to the phone right now. This is actually a recording of my voice. It isn't really me. Technology, huh? Anyways, leave a message or don't. I'll never check this thing. Now, what's getting to me is that I hate her voicemail. Does Stella disappear like this sometimes? Kinda, but with everything going on, I don't feel comfortable letting her run off on her own. We should look for her, right? Come to town, we should stick together. Looks like you have your morning plans in order. No shower today. We showered yesterday. Today we're gonna sit in our grime. Tabitha's not here, but it looks like she left a note on the counter. Had to run. The librarian needed a new house, so I'm giving him the keys to the Maxwell place. And the miners decided to stage a strike today, of all days, so I won't be around. I know there's no point asking you not to do anything reckless, but I'm asking anyways. Be back late. Call if you get into trouble, Tabitha. We did hear about that strike. Good for them. Let's fuel up with a quick PB&J. If Stella's MIA, who knows when you'll get the chance to eat. You make yourself a PB&J in anticipation for the long day ahead of you. Just tuck that in my pocket, and let's go to town. You head to the front door and begin your trek to the town below. The sun shines down through a thin layer of clouds, illuminating the path in a watery gray light. You can't help but feel countless eyes watching you from the tree line, a feeling that reminds you of your time in the woods with Stella. Ditchlings shouldn't be out in the middle of the day, though. They're getting bolder. As you continue the trek to town, you pause to stare out at the mountain range beyond the holler, contemplating a world that's blissfully unaware of the danger threatening the citizens of this tiny town. We still don't really know what the omen. We know that the ditchlings are a bad omen, but we have no clue what that omen could be. I'm like trying to think if there's been any clues as to what it could be, but I don't think so. I don't think so. We just know there's a lot of shit going on with the Scarlet family history, right? We'll see. The world outside feels less real with each passing day as the strange reality of what's happening in Scarlet Hollow gently uproots. Sorry, my neighbor started playing music that was so bass heavy that I said, is something about to happen in the game? No, it's neighbors being loud. Woof! That startled me more than anything else in this fucking game. It sounded like hooves about to trample me. Where was I? The world outside feels less real with each passing day as the strange reality of what's happening in Scarlet Hollow gently uproots what you'd always taken to be the truths of our world. Your everyday worries seem distant, overshadowed by a fear and dread that hasn't stopped building up since the moment you stepped off that bus. Oh, there's Kanika. It isn't long until your journey from the estate is over and you once again find yourself on the main street of Scarlet Hollow. Danny, you made it down the hill in one piece, thank God. I didn't realize there were so many of those ditching things around or I would have driven up to get you. So they're really just out and about. I can't believe they're outside during the day. It feels wrong. How are you doing? I'm not flirting because, as I said last time, if I can flirt with Reese and get to know what's going on inside that body, that's what I'm going to do. Actually, should I Google? Let me Google really quick. No spoilers, just like Scarlet Hollow romance options. Reese is there. I saw Reese and I left. I didn't look at too much. I want to get inside that body real bad, so I will not be flirting with Kanika today. Okay. Doesn't matter how I feel, not feeling much of anything, keeping it together, excited mostly, bad. I'm just worried about Stella. Let's go. I'm numb. How about you? With everything that's been going on, nothing is better than something, right? I'm not great. Kind of feels like I got crushed by a steamroller or something. I figured it was from all that ghost possession stuff, but I wasn't feeling great yesterday either. So Mom is convinced it's a cold. Ooh, oh no. She's got me on a strict tea regimen now, and maybe she's onto something. I do feel a little more alive after drinking about a liter of the stuff. No. I don't like it. I don't trust it, because Sybil was also giving Tabitha tea in a very suspicious way. Something's up with that tea, and I couldn't drink it. I wasn't allowed to drink it. Let's stay on this. I'm supposed to see your mom at some point today. Maybe she'll finally shed some light on things. I'm not sure what she's planning to tell you today that she couldn't have told us all last night. Maybe she's going to read your fortune? No, your mom isn't to be trusted. I should probably stop making fun of her whole new age mystic vibe. A lot's happened in the past couple of days. Still, there'll be plenty of time for tea after we've looked for Stella. Time to spill the tea? Read her! Slay her! I have no clue what that soundbite is from, but I hear it in a stream all the time. But no, I absolutely am very suspicious of Kanika's mom right now. Like, I don't know. I don't trust her. She seems to know a lot but says a little, and her tea is so suspicious. No leads on Stella. She ran north last night, but that doesn't mean she didn't double back. I'm trying not to worry too much. It's possible she's safe somewhere, just not answering her phone, but I also don't want to bet on that. Yeah, let's just get started. We're burning daylight. Where to first? Wow, I could say fuck all this. I need to get that tea with your mother. But let's actually look for Stella, right? Stella's house first. Show up uninvited and bust through the door. I probably should have done that before getting you to come all the way down here, but to be honest, I was scared of wandering off by myself, just in case I ran into any other horrors from beyond the veil. It'd be great if this turns out to be nothing and she's just asleep in bed. That house is going to be empty. $5. 5 imaginary, non-existent dollars that this house is empty. Kanika knocks anxiously on the door. It cracks open. Oh! The interior is cold, and not just physically. There's an absence of joy in life that leaves only a chill behind. The ghost of an empty house and the sobering dread that comes with the knowledge that your search won't end here. Has Stella been living here? This doesn't look like a break-in. It looks like somebody left the door open. Stella or someone else was in a hurry when they left. We're screwed. She's dead. Okay. Stella, there's no response. We should go in, right? No words. Let's go. You take a step forward and cross the threshold into Stella's house. Oh, this is a cute house, though. Oh. Look at the cobwebs on the shoes that I'm assuming are her dead parents' shoes, though. This is a cute house that also looks very untouched. In some aspects, you know? Whatever happened to Stella, it doesn't look like it happened here. Okay, nothing unusual so far. This is a perfectly normal living room. No blood or viscera. Not even a tipped over lamp. That's good. Let's look in the kitchen. Look at this. Do you normally leave your sandwich half made? Stella's kitchen is slightly messy. A couple cabinets are hanging open, and a loaf of bread sits on the counter by a used butter knife. Is that normal? Oh, look, I can ask. I wouldn't call this messy. Stella's house has always felt a little sterile to me. This feels a little too lived in, if that makes sense. Though maybe that's just because I've only ever been over when she was already expecting me. God damn! You make your way down the hall to what you assume to be Stella's room. She's not here. Though it's a little untidy, it's the usual sort of untidiness that accumulates when someone doesn't often have guests in their bedroom. There aren't any signs of violence. I was about to say something, but Kanika said, I'd better not hear a single comment about this room being messy. I know I tend to keep a clean room, except for around laundry day, but oof, I could not exist in a space like this. I get so, what's the word, anxious? Let me be positive. I get so anxious and unsettled and what's the word? I feel like I need to be doing something whenever my room is messy. I love seeing someone's room before they've had a chance to clean it up for company. It's a neat little snapshot, you know? Okay, Kanika, I will say that this is what her room's been like for pretty much the entire time I've known her. The only thing that's changed is the computer getting a lot fancier. Aw, she still does those that's cute! She still does those corkboard with strings things. She loves putting the strings on there. I don't think they actually mean anything, but they're more for decoration anyway. Ugh, I missed the chance to look at her computer. I knew I should have taken it. Okay. Okay, so she's not here and we still have no idea where she is. Daughter was overreacting this morning. I thought she would have just been sleeping in or something. I can't believe she's actually missing. Where to next? The church? Would she be at the church? What, do you think Stella decides to get religious all of a sudden? It is unlikely, but I'll pretend that it's not. You're right. Stranger things have happened. Let's make it quick though. I don't want him trying to rope me into some church event. I also want to see why that pastor is so strange. Oh look. Little llamas, maybe? Kanika leads the way, taking him up the gradual slope towards the church. Alright, where is that weirdo? That was a jump scare to me. My, 3 visitors at once on a Thursday? This is unprecedented. Who are the 3? But there are only 2 of us. Oh no, were we followed by a ditchling? Were we followed by Wayne? Oh, it's Zane. Sup, old people? Oh, it's just Zane. What are you doing here? All the glimpses of death I've had in the past 2 days have forced me into the midst of an existential crisis, my dudes. I slurred my way through that sentence. My bad, y'all. I wanted to see if Faith held any answers for me. I need to head into church this weekend. Nix, the pastor in this game is so oddly creepy. Like, just his face alone. I don't know. Alas, I have not yet found the solace I seek. Give it time, Zane. It sometimes takes a while for the Lord to work his way into your heart, but when he does, you won't regret letting him in. Be sure to look over those pamphlets I gave you, and of course, I'm always here if you need to talk. Sure thing, Pastor D. Peace, y'all. He looks too friendly. He's friendly in such like a strange, uncomfortable way. And like, I think it was the last episode, Kanika was like, he smiled all the way through my father's funeral. It was very strange. I don't know. I don't think anybody's okay in this town, though. At least the Catholic priest I'm used to put me to sleep during the sermon. Oof, yeah. Not to get too into it, but like as a child, for like the first few years of my life, I did go to Catholic churches. Very dry little sermons. And then for the rest of my life, from like the ages of 10 to like 20 maybe, I was made to go to church for a pretty long time. We went to non-denominational black churches, which black churches tend to be the complete opposite of a Catholic church. Not to say that there are not black Catholic churches, but you get what I'm saying. A black church will keep you awake regardless. But, anyway, we're looking for Stella. She wandered off last night and no one's seen her since. We're starting to get pretty worried. We hoped maybe you or Janie had seen her. I can't speak for Janie. Oh, you know Janie? But I'm afraid I've seen neither hide nor hair of Stella. If you'd like to talk to my wife, she's just over by the alpacas. Janie's married to you? Though, Danny, I was hoping we might be able to talk in private. Kanika, that's not your business to say this. What do you have to say to her that you can't say in front of me? Mind your business, girl. Please, if you wouldn't mind, this is a personal matter. Personal for whom? I'd rather folks not pry on this. You know how rumors get started. Yeah, Kanika, get the hell out of here. I'm happy to talk to him. If you're sure, I guess I'll leave you to it while I check in with Janie. I'll be right over there by the fence that's conveniently in your line of sight, okay? Oh, they're alpacas. I don't know. Alpacas? Alpacas are never what I expect to be in the US, for whatever reason. I'm so glad you decided to come up to visit me. So many young people these days seem to think they can solve all their problems on their own. Meanwhile, God is right there ready to help them, if only they'd let him into their hearts. The fuck? The pastor's eyes dart back towards the alpacas. Oh good, she's gone. You're new in town. What kind of impression did I make on you? Am I creepy? Yes. What do we do? Whenever I see it's like this ominous little piano starts playing, kind of like what's happening now. Yeah, Kanika said you smiled through her dad's funeral. Did I do that? Oh gosh, I have to apologize to her. It must have been nerves. That service was the largest group I've had the chance to speak to in front of in years. Who? He's interrupted by the sounds of a snapping twig and a high-pitched giggle, partially muffled by the underbrush on the edge of the property. Oh, you... Tulip! Come out of there. You know you're not supposed to play in the woods. Tulip glances back into the woods, quiet as she hesitates. Tulip, are you going to be good, or are we going to have to skip story time tonight? I'll be good. You don't have to skip story time. I won't go in the woods, I promise. I know you won't, Tulip, because you know it's too dangerous for little girls in there. Why don't you go help Mama with the alpacas? It's just about time they got fed. You can give them hay. What y'all got going on out here? Tulip smiles broadly, seemingly excited by the prospect, and hurries off. Sorry, I had to have a firm parenting moment just then. She's been trying to run off into those woods a lot lately, and it's really dangerous, even for adults. There's this massive trash dump not too far past the trees, but it must be at least 50 years old, so it's all grown over and looks like it's part of the landscape. But if you accidentally walk on it, you might find yourself falling into a hip-deep mound of rusty cans and broken glass. Tulip made up some imaginary friends and keeps telling us that they want her to go out there, like the word of some fictional creature she made up is going to convince us it's a good idea for her to play in somebody's old garbage. But she's 7. Of course she would get some funny little idea like that. I'd love to get the community to rally around a big cleanup. It's about time somebody got rid of all that junk. Tetanus Lake. Stella told me about it. That's an accurate name. I wonder if Tulip would stay away if I started calling it that, or if it would only make it sound more alluring. It would be more alluring to me. I want to get back to the creepy thing. Because why is he so unsettling? What's that you were saying about imaginary friends? Oh, she's just been talking about these friends of hers lately. Little stories about creatures that live in the church. I'm sure she saw some animal in there and decided it was her friend. It's nothing to be overly concerned about, except the trash heap situation. This man is lying to you. In fact, he's been lying since the moment he mentioned these imaginary friends. Whatever his daughter has been talking to is real, and he knows it. Call him out. Sounds to me like you know exactly what she's been talking to. Daniel's eyes go wide just for a second. I don't... He hunches his shoulders, his voice suddenly quiet. There are rats in the church. There, I said it. It's embarrassing, but she saw one at some point and she can hear them scurrying around in the walls, and she's decided they're her little friends. Please, keep this between us. Don't tell Janie. I don't want her knowing the church is in such rough shape. Out of the corner of your eye, you see Kanika walking back to the two of you. She must have finished talking to Janie. Janie says she hasn't seen Stella either, so we'd better get going. Hope your talk with the pastor went well. It didn't. I feel like it could have gone better. I hope Stella turns up soon. I'll put in some good prayers with the big man for her. Kanika starts back down the path to town, and you follow. Okay, now that we've put some distance between us and the church, what did he want to talk to you about? He didn't say anything weird, did he? I'm thinking. Let's talk about these imaginary friends. Kids make up imaginary friends all the time. Pastor Daniel says that there is a rat infestation in the church and that the rats are her friends. I don't know, it seemed weird. Okay, as much as I'd hate going back there, I guess that's a loose lead. If we don't have anything else to investigate once we found Stella and... Kanika pauses. Once we've checked out the clinic, then maybe we can look around the church. Let's not get too distracted until we find Stella, though. Where to next? The diner? This all feels like loose ends. Good idea. Folks tend to congregate there. Maybe we'll run into someone who's seen Stella. It's full. Hey, hope you weren't planning on spending any quality time in the diner today. Oh, because of the strike. Looks like we'll be hosting a meeting for the foreseeable future. What's going on? There's a strike up at the mines. They've made the diner their base of operations. Huh, good for them. It's about time something like this happened. This is great for business. These fellas can have as much free coffee as they can drink if they keep piling in like this. Look at those prices up at the top. Sunday pancake special, $3. That's not good money. The miners didn't even notice you enter the diner, and instead of speaking in hushed voices, argue with each other loudly enough for you to easily overhear. I guess the shift schedules are pretty brutal, and I like more vacation days. I'd love to be able to see my family around the holidays, and better health benefits would be amazing. But what if she decides to fire all of us? You're only a year or so into the work, and trust me, the longer it goes on, the more it sucks the life out of you. At first, you're just unhappy, but you figure you can weather it till you find something better. A paycheck's a paycheck. Next thing you know, you've lost years of your life to a company that doesn't give a solitary shit about you, that uses up every free second it can suck out of its workers, and pays us just enough to survive, but not so much that we can ever save enough to get the hell out. But we could get fired for this. I really need the paycheck. I can't get fired. And the company housing, that makes a big difference for me. Oh, I forgot about the company housing. Right, the company housing. How generous of Tabitha to put you up in company-owned shack that ain't had maintenance done in decades. Taking a big chunk right out of your paycheck that sure as shit ain't going towards property tax and upkeep alone. The company housing, that means almost nobody in this whole damn town owns the place they live. We have numbers on our side, Harrison. After what happened up there the other night, damn near everyone is joining the picket line. She can't afford to lose us all. We have the power here so long as we're united. Let's just ask about Stella. The miners... Y'all don't like me? The YouTuber? No, we ain't seen her. As you can see, we've got a lot going on today. We'd appreciate it if you didn't butt in. Oh! I hope she's okay. She hasn't been around, but I'll let you know if I hear anything. I'm with y'all. We all know who you're related to, kid. Word travels fast, and I'll be damned if you talk business in front of you. Can y'all hear the music upstairs when I'm quiet? Let me be quiet. Let me know if you can hear the music. No? Work. Okay, I can ignore it then. They got that shit bumping, yeah, It's picking up in OBS, but I can't tell how much it's picking up in stream. Okay, let's get back to it. It's cool. It's fine. Are you the problem, Danny? I'm not the problem, but my family is. But here. I could just say, I support the strike. I may be the boss's cousin, but I support the strike. Whoa, even the boss's family's on our side? Maybe this could really work. That's right, the whole town is on our side. There was a collapse less than 2 days ago, and she expects us not to ride at the thought of being forced back down there? Damn straight. Here, here. Still, if you support the strike, the best thing you can do right now is not meddle with it. That's fair. Trust can only go so far. That's all very fair. Look, I know it's hard to believe, but Danny's legit. She isn't going to run to Tabitha. And that's great to hear. Your support is appreciated, but don't change the fact that we can know for certain that Tabitha isn't going to get an earful of everything we say in front of her cousin. Hey, this was all very fair. I'm cool with this. You turn and leave the diner, Kanika trailing close behind you. Still no sign of Stella. I need to get over to Sybil. Maybe she'll have some ideas. Sure, we can humor her. She's probably going to give you some rocks or bundles of herbs for protection or something, which might actually work. Who knows? Guess there's only one way to find out. The bells of the general store chime welcomely as the two of you enter. Kanika, there you are. You were supposed to stay in bed today, remember? And hello, Danny. Hope you're sufficiently recovered from last night's fiasco. Sorry, Mom. It's just that Scylla's missing and I... Oh! See, like, look. What's up with her? What's up with Sybil really pushing this tea on Kanika? Her best friend is missing and she cut her off and said, Stella can take care of herself, unlike you. You need bed rest and lots of fluids. You don't need to go running around town spreading that cold of yours. Go on, get up to bed. I'll be up in a minute with more tea. What's up with the tea? I thought you had some kind of important thing to talk to Danny about. I'm really feeling okay. I want to hear what you wanted to say to her. I'll just be doing a tea reading. Haven't those always bored you to tears? Okay, you're right. I'm not feeling well. I should really lie down. Bye, Danny. Sybil, you old biddy. Kanika turns and heads towards the stairs without saying another word. There's something. You're lying. There's something off here. It's as if Kanika's spirit dimmed at Sybil's words. You're fucking lying. You're lying to me. Whatever that was, it didn't feel like the same person who stormed out of the general store just yesterday morning. That person wouldn't just do as she was told so easily. You couldn't help but notice an uncharacteristic firmness in Sybil's voice, too. Maybe their relationship isn't so pleasant behind closed doors. Sybil, do I need to smack the shit out of you? Sorry. Ooh, should I... Ooh, mystical or... Not a maybe, like we haven't noticed the tension. Hey, the absolute tension between these two? Let's, Should I go street smart? I've been using a lot of mystical answers lately. Let's go this. You're not really as nice as you seem, are you? What makes you say that? Is this because I had to be firm with my daughter? Kanika has a way of ignoring her body when it's telling her to slow down. Sometimes it takes a firm reminder from her mother to get her to take the time she needs to recover. It's all a part of the job when you're a parent, no matter how old your children are. Let's see what's going on with this tea. Please, have a seat. I'll bring you a fresh cup. Thank you for the pen, Azalea. I forgot to do that. You take a seat at the small table at the edge of the room. It's dark here, only a sliver of sunlight able to filter through the heavy curtains, supplemented by the bright grow lights over the plant in the corner. You know what? I don't really like the mothers in this game, if I'm being all the way real, and I feel like I need to do something about it. Sybil joins you at the table and places a cup in front of you. It smells light and citrusy, with an undercurrent of decaying earth. Oh, wait. Why was my... Ah, because I had it as episode 3 before. Thank you for modding, Azalea. For catching the details that I don't. This is a special blend. It should help clarify some of the visions you've been getting. I'll be able to do a reading once you're done. Until then, how about we just chat? Should I? I'm going to pretend. I don't trust Sybil. I don't think I trust Sybil. I've read this on Twitter. HBO Max bosses set up troll accounts to criticize or troll TV critics who criticize their shows. Oh, that doesn't surprise me at all, Is she going to know? She's looking at me. You lift the tea to your mouth and pretend to take a sip, carefully waiting for a moment when she's looking away to toss its contents into a nearby plant. I don't know. She seems like she's gonna have eyes on me bad. What's with all this mystery and ritual? If you have something to tell me, just come out and say it. I'll need your tea leaves first. I have pieces of the puzzle, but the tea leaves should be able to help. Should help to give me the full picture. And here's your opening. Dump that tea! You take advantage of Sybil's broken attention to quickly dump your tea into one of the pots behind you. The other day, let me hear about my mommy. I most certainly did, though I might have been exaggerating a bit for a dramatic effect. I'm prone to do that. In a town this size, you get to know everybody, no matter what the age difference might be. Vivian was a little younger than me, which meant I always had a certain older sister instinct about her. Her family wasn't good to her. Pearl Ann was a lot like your great-grandmother, Edwardine, which is to say, she was not a very kind woman. Edwardine murdered her lover. Beat him in the head with the baseball bat. Similar to Tabitha, but with more social grace and considerably more hatred for her fellow man. But your mother wasn't a shrinking violet either. She was just as stubborn as any other Scarlet, so her family choosing her as their punching bag made her into quite the rebel. Let's see. Why were Pearl Ann and my mom raised by Edwardine? What happened to their mother? Their entry into this world was violent. Oh, that's right, they're fraternal twins. Their mother was young, too young to be pregnant, especially with twins. She didn't survive the labor. Oh, I didn't mean to click that. Oh, that's okay. I feel like I know a lot about the women in my family, but what about the men? Did they even exist? I suppose they just haven't been very noteworthy since Edwardine took over the mines. Her husband died a long time ago, and to be quite honest, I can't even recall his name. No, all of the men were setting shit up for the Scarlet family. And then, you know, they did their shit and Edwardine took over. From what Vivian said, her father was some teenaged fling that ended once your grandmother found out she was pregnant. I'm fairly certain it was similar for Vivian, though she was much older and I believe she was the one who ended it, what with skipping town and all. Oh. Let's say, all done with my tea. Yum, yum, yum. Oh, good. Glad you found the tea palatable enough to drink. It should do you some good. It's one of my more medicinal blends. Now, on to business. Sybil takes the cup from you, staring thoughtfully down at the sludge. Oh dear, this doesn't bode well. You've got just about every warning that can fit in the bottom of a cup. Cross, kettle, hourglass. All of these mean death, misery, difficulty, and the hourglass ties it all together with definite urgency. It's fair to assume that this all has to do with whatever brought the ditchlings. Something is coming, and whether any of us can stop it, I'm not sure, but we may, at the very least, be able to figure out what it is. And there's a central figure here, a cat. An enemy lurking in plain sight. Do we We said fuck metaphor? I'd like to see. I'm sure it wouldn't make much sense to most people. It'll probably just look like a confusing mess of old leaves, but you're free to take a look. You take the cup, staring down into it. It's just leaves. Okay, so I can't read tea leaves. I hope that's all your curiosity. Don't worry if you couldn't make sense of it. It takes years to learn this sort of thing, even for someone with your propensities. She's talking about me being a lesbian. She knows that I'm a lesbian. Okay, let's see. There's a lot of people we've met. Tabitha Wayne, Stella Kanika, Oscar, I'm not sure. Reese is a good option. How do I know you're not the cat? I suppose you don't. Though I'd think the cat wouldn't exactly warn you about itself. Okay. Okay, fair. Oh, Azalea, fingers crossed that you have a no-show for your next call. Have you been taking a lot of calls so far today? Has it been a busy day? You don't have to figure out an answer right away. It often takes time for the mind to connect the dots. Just be on guard and keep vigilant that someone close to you isn't to be trusted. Who could it be? We know from the ditchlings that something terrible is coming your way, and it's likely that it's connecting to some hidden enemy. Perhaps we can try to counteract whatever might be planned for you. Judging by what you told me last night, those stones, carvings, seals, whatever you want to call them, I think it's likely they have something to do with this. We've got to get back to Reese. I just remembered that Reese's house might have a carving in it inside the clinic. I also don't think Reese is a human, and that's why I wanted to romance him. I want to cut him open and see what's inside. Until the cat reveals itself, it seems like your best course of action is to seek these carvings out. Piece together what you can from your visions and arm yourself with information. 7 people on the application? Oh, and your throat's already scratchy, and it's only noon for you. The day's just started. You got lemon and honey? If you don't have tea, do you at least have lemon and honey to put in some hot water? A kettle? A pot to boil? Okay, so Azalea, let me help you out with this quote situation. Let me help you out with that quote situation, sis. It's okay. You've had a long day. You've had a long day so far. You've been busy. Don't worry about the quotes. I'll add them. It's cool. I'll add them. It's okay. I got the quotes. You got everything else on the stream. I got the quotes. Look. Why is Sybil asking me about the seals, the things that I'm finding? Your thoughts drift to that door, the one that seemed to draw you in, urging you deeper into the clinic. Even just remembering it is enough to tug at you, compelling you to return and open it to see what's on the other side. You can find Stella later. Maybe you can even find her there. What's important now is finally seeing what's hidden in the clinic. Bad things happen around them. What happens around these stones might not be anywhere close to what could happen if we let the danger encroaching on both you and this town to act. Yeah, hey, listen. I'm going. I just don't want to tell you nothing. The ditchlings are multiplying every day. This is all going to come to a head, and it may just be a question of how prepared you are when it comes. Learning whatever you can could save your life, even if you're faced with more ghosts or ghouls along the way. I think that's all the help I can offer. I hope this conversation has been illuminating, even if it just brought up more questions than giving any clear answers. Let's leave. Thank you again for humoring an old lady and stopping by for a chat. I love leaving conversations without saying anything. Remember, be careful who you put your trust in. According to UT, the cat is getting ready to pounce, and merely being ready for it might not be enough. Sybil closes the door to the tea room. The bells of its door strangely flat in the stale air of the nearly empty general store. We going to that clinic. Kanika, I hope whatever your mama do to you was okay, but I gotta go. I hope you're not being poisoned or controlled by your mama, but I got to go. You make your way up the familiar hill, past the rows of ragged houses that make up Scarlet Hollow's residential area. It isn't long before you find yourself outside of Dr. Kelly's clinic, its secrets enticing you to find a way in. Even at the bottom of the hill, you can already feel the presence. It's like a magnet has been fixed to your ribcage, gently tugging you forward, guiding you towards whatever emits this compulsive frequency. Just go through the door, no one will see you. Do you think that's real? Knock on Reese's basement window? I mean, let's be bold. You found at times that if you haven't wished to be seen, there's been nothing stopping you from remaining hidden. Graveyards, abandoned buildings, old tunnels, you've been in all sorts of strange and unusual places without incident. And for some reason, tonight, Dr. Kelly's clinic feels no different. I'ma just walk into that door. You carefully make your way up the old wooden stairs of the clinic's wraparound porch, avoiding any suspiciously creaky looking steps. You push the door open slowly, just enough for you to slip in, but not enough to risk any sound from the door's ancient hinges. Alright, see you when you get back, Azalea. Good luck with your call. Oh, she's in the back. You can see the doc at a desk in some room down the hall. She hasn't noticed you. You shut the door silently, watching her closely. You're in the clinic. Free to explore as you please. Or rather, you're free to explore as you please. You can feel the odd sensation again, the nagging pull of whatever it was that wanted you to find it. You're here now, and it knows you're here, and you know exactly what it is. Another stone carving, eager to show you its secrets. You've been caught by its gravity, an overwhelming curiosity guiding you around a corner and towards a dark doorway under the stairs. It's been left ajar, as if inviting you to enter. Huh? You click the lights click on. You're in the morgue. Hello? Danny, what are you doing in the morgue? Let's flirt. Let's flirt. Sorry, this must look kind of weird. I promise I'm not secretly dead already or something. Sometimes I just come down here to practice, rehearse. Okay, I already said I made it a goal that I want to make Reese my romance option. So let's be a little out of our minds. If you are a living corpse, that wouldn't be a deal breaker. That's good to know. I'm still not, but I'm glad I haven't managed to scare you off. It's not often I get to meet new people. Look. Especially new people I would like to get to know better. His words seem distant to you. The tugging is strong down here. You can almost feel yourself slipping into a trance, and your eyes wander to the back wall of the morgue. You need to see what's back there. You touch the wall. It feels disappointingly solid under your palms. Hey, are you okay? You feel Reese's hand gently shake your shoulder, and for a moment, the thing on the other side of the blank white wall loosens its pull on you. Am I being too obvious when I wonder if Reese has Reese has really long nails. Is he a cat? I don't know. You kind of looked possessed for a second there. You good? Make him understand. Use your words. Don't let this forever consume you. Be present in the moment. You inhale deeply and take in your surroundings. You can't help but notice that one of the body storage drawers is labeled Pearlan Scarlet. Ooh, all the breathing again. We need to go see the body. You step forward and pull out the drawer. Hi, Pearlan. So this is your Aunt Pearlan, cold baroness of the Scarlet Mines and local she-devil that it seems no one, not even her own daughter, was able to mourn. This is not the first corpse you've seen, but it feels the same as any other. She's an empty body now, the warmth and energy of a life now dissipated, the same as your mother was the same as you'll be one day. You try to imagine what she may have looked like alive and breathing, slinging subtle insults at the townfolk, but it's hard to picture any expression on a face so stiff and cold with death. Making sure she didn't walk off? It's so weird that the first time I'm meeting her is like this. Probably means you'll have better memories of her than anybody else in town, if what I've heard about her was true. I only met her a couple times. She never said anything, but she didn't have to. Her look was enough, like I was a cockroach that had just scurried onto her shoe. Having seen what there was to see, you slide the drawer back in and close it. Oh, look. Let's use our words and explain everything to Reese. I don't know where I stand with Reese right now. Honestly. But we'll see. The mines had a stone carving the other night, as did Oscar's house yesterday. They've been giving me visions, and I can sense one on the other side of this wall. I need to see it. Reese glances back at the wall. You're really serious, aren't you? This is probably a bad idea, but if you really need to get in there, I'm pretty sure there's an emergency axe somewhere upstairs. I just need to get the dock out of our hair. Should take 2 seconds. An ad is starting up, so let's go on an ad break before we bust down this wall. BRB. Are you guys ready to get deep into it? There's something behind this wall. I love that Reese said we could tear it down with an axe. Hello? Oh, the fact that I can get the dock out of our hair? Yeah, if I say I'm sick and need something, she'll drop whatever she's doing and do it for me. Surefire way to get her out the house. Reese? And most of the time it's true anyway. How'd you learn that little trick? When you're a teenager whose doctor or mom won't leave you alone for 2 seconds, you learn how to make it happen. Okay. Wow, you are super desperate about this wall. Be right back. He strides past you, his long legs moving swiftly. He seems excited, his usual dour demeanor replaced with an uncharacteristic pep when faced with the prospect of sneaking around and tearing down walls. I'm just going to assume that that's because he doesn't get to do a lot. It's nothing sinister, it's just because he doesn't get to do a lot. You hear his soft voice filtering in through the open doorway at the top of the stairs, a hoarse and sickly edge added for effect as he speaks to his mother. Hey, Mom? He coughs gently. Reese, I didn't know you were awake. I still feel like shit, but I think I can finally try to keep some juice down. Looks like we're all out, though. Really? I thought I'd just pick some up. I've got an errand to run on Main Street anyway. I'll go pick up some orange juice and some ginger ale, too. That would be awesome. Sorry to ask. I know you're probably busy. It's no problem. Doesn't take long. Don't do anything too strenuous while I'm gone. Just lie in bed until I get back. Thanks, Mom. I'll take it easy. You hear her footsteps move down the hall, then the front door opening and closing. It worked! The theatric rasp has left his voice, excitement rising in its place. Come on up. We don't have long until she's back. As you step out of the morgue, you relax. The extra space between you and the carving has weakened its hold on you, and with it, your desperation to claw your way through the wall and unveil it. It's one of those emergency fire axes, so it should be pretty obvious wherever it is, though I'm not sure where she would be keeping it. I'll show you around. Let's try the doctor's office first. You make your way to the doorway of her now vacant office. I don't see an axe in here. He's right. A cursory glance reveals nothing but stacks of paper and cabinets of medical supplies. But something on the desk catches your eye, some sort of records with their family's name on them. Reese stops in the doorway, turning to watch you leaf through the documents. Find something interesting? They're your family's death certificates. Sleep apnea? Okay. Edwardine? Heart failure. Okay. Pretty normal, almost made it to 99 of a normal old person illness. Fall from cliff. Okay, so none of these. Organ sustained impact injuries, lacerations to the neck and body, consistent with fall from great height. Whoa, an actual autopsy report. Looks ancient. Crush and mind collapse is Theodore Scarlet. Ah, yes, Joseph Scarlet. Both killed at Normandy. Okay, so there were no doctors present at the birth and a home burial. There's some information missing there. Alexandra Scarlet missing. Alexandra, the owner of the doll, so she went missing. Yo, the Scarlet family. Mary Bell Scarlet, complications during childbirth. Ah, this is our grandmother. Wow, that's a lot of kids to outlive. Reese's eyes flick up to the door when a second later you hear the sound. His mom's home already? He hurries to the closet door, motioning you inside. You slip past him and squish yourself into what little space is available in the nearly full closet. Reese is close on your heels. Hey, his ear is pointed! Reese is not a human. I'm sure of it now. Together you listen as the doctor makes her way to some room deeper in the clinic. In the silence of the tiny closet, every breath seems too loud, as if you could expect Dr. Kelly to hear it from wherever she was across the house. We'd better wait a second, just in case. Let's keep it going. I'm trying to flirt with Reese bad. You're momentarily distracted from the danger at hand by Reese's sudden closeness. It's almost strange to be here with him after the way he was hidden away for the first few days of your week in Scarlet Hollow. It made him into a seemingly mythical feature, the tragic artist wasting away in a basement guarded by a tyrannical warden. Now he's right in front of you, a flesh and blood human being. Maybe. One you could reach out and touch if you so desired. Let's just say I like you, you're interesting. We don't need to make any passes of anybody. The edge of the door shakes slightly. You realize his hand is trembling on the wall. I think you're interesting too. You see a blush rise in his cheeks, and he tears himself away from your gaze, trying to hide his face under the guise of staring out into the office beyond. The doctor's footsteps return, the floorboards creaking as she makes her way back towards your hiding spot and interrupting your quiet moment. The footsteps return. They get louder, approaching the open office door, and then they stop. Much to your relief, she opens another door, leaving the main clinic. We're in the clear. We've probably only got a minute or two until she comes back, so let's make it count. The medical supply room is probably our best bet. If any other room in the clinic is likely to have a fire axe, it's probably the room full of chemicals. This way. He motions you down a hallway, slipping through the slightly ajar door of which you assume to be the supply room. Yes, there it is. Oh, what's these little plants on the thing? Can you guys see that? Yeah, just under my camera. Keys. Here we go. He rushes up. He's shoeless. He rushes over to the cabinet that contains a bright red axe, pulling the glass door open. Now we can. Reese pauses, turning to listen intently. That was the door from the house. Come on, if we hurry, we can get you back downstairs. I'll run interference. Go downstairs quick. Oops. Sorry for bumping my mic. You follow Reese's instructions, once again starting down the basement stairs, letting the pull of the stone carving guide you back to the morgue. Is she not going to hear me taking an axe to her walls, though? Dr. Kelly's voice filters down from above. I was right. We did already have juice. It was just in the back of the fridge. But there's no harm in having extra. What are you doing in the clinic? I thought I told you to go rest. Oh, I'm just going to chill in the morgue. I got my speaker, so if you hear some weird sounds, that's just my music. Oh, listen. It's just normal for him to be hanging out in the morgue. I'll be sure to put in earplugs to drown out all that industrial clanging you listen to. You know I'm not the biggest fan of you spending time down there. It can't be good for your mental health to hang out in a refrigerator for corpses. Do you at least have a blanket this time? Yeah, I'll be fine. It's just a change of scenery. My room feels too claustrophobic right now. Okay, I'll let you know when it's time for dinner. You hear the door close, and the sound of Reese descending the stairs to join you in the fluorescent lit room below. Hey. I should warn you, some spooky shit might happen when you break down that wall. Reese smiles. Good. Feel like I've been missing out lately. Stop asking questions. It's time to see what's on the other side of that wall. Wall now, yes? Have at it. You approach the far end of the morgue, axe practically singing through the air as you strike the wall. The first cut offers a surprising amount of resistance. There's some structure behind it, some wood frame holding it in place, trying to stand between you and what waits for you on the other side. You stagger back from the massive hole in the wall and admire your effort. A full room! Holy shit. The splintered edge frames a dark passage, seemingly cut deep into the side of the cliff, cold seeping from a forgotten place into the already frigid morgue. Reef coughs as he takes a better look at what lies beyond the wound in the wall. There's a whole hallway back there. Thick, stale air leaks from the hole, filling the morgue with an earthy mildew smell, like the room is slowly filling with dirt. And with the stink of the grave-like room beyond comes an even stronger compulsion. You step forward. As you climb into the hole... you climb into the hole. This is wild. I have no idea any of this was here. An entire hospital wing, rotting away for decades behind some flimsy drywall. What's this situation? Someone doesn't want us to find these carvings. I wonder if it's whoever put them there, or if it's someone else. Whatever their reason, they went through a lot of effort to hide this one. I wonder if the doc even knows about this wing. You step forward into the unknown. You don't bother to retrieve the axe. The final wall concealing the carving is rotten. Water damage having eaten away at the wood over the course of unknowable years. The planks nearly reduced to sawdust. You tear into it. Here it is! Oh? Enough. I thought you weren't going to come. I was worried you'd leave me here forever. They said there's nothing they can do. I'll never use my legs again. Enoch, what am I going to do? Calm down, Teddy. These doctors don't know what they're talking about. I've been doing my own research and I found an alternative. We don't have to worry about anything from here on out, I promise. I went to talk to the witch. A witch? But that's nonsense. It's alright, it's all sorted. We're taking you home today and everything will be resolved by this time next week. Everything goes black. Your vision swims back into focus and it takes a solid second or two to reorient yourself. Hello? You're in an unfamiliar bed. Reese leans against the far wall eyeing you with concern and curiosity. Hey, I was worried you slipped into a coma or something. You tore down a wall like a wild animal, found some weird carving and collapsed. I think you might have had some kind of seizure. Are you okay? How did I get here? Is Reese not very weak? Is Reese not very weak? He carried me. But you have a delicate constitution. What? It wasn't super far or anything. I just picked you up and carried you. I might be sick a lot, but that doesn't mean I'm made of paper. I could still do things normal people can do. Okay, maybe that was rude of me that could have been rude of me. I'm sure I'll pay for it later, but I didn't want you to have to wake up in that musty hallway or the morgue. Hope it was more pleasant to wake up in my bed. I had a vision, like a hallucination? I have those sometimes too. Used to have them a lot as a teen. Wait, what? What? always just weird little things, like my hands would look wrong, or my neck would seem too long, or the room would feel smaller. Oh, whatever these visions are, they're making me very suspicious of my family. That's probably a good thing, right? The Scarlets have always seemed like one of those old money families with a ton of secrets. And that estate up on the hill seems like the kind of place that's seen at least one murder. Maybe you should try to stay away from that place. I should probably get going. Stella's still missing and the stone here finally stopped yelling at me. That might be a little tricky. The dock is on the warpath up there. I refuse to take my medicine, and she's not happy about it. Why is medicine in quotes? I went ahead and blocked my door so she can't get down here. Now we just have to wait her out? Why didn't you take your medicine? Because it makes me feel like shit. I was fine yesterday until the doc made me take my pills, and I was fine all day today. What's the harm in going a day without, right? And now I'm not taking it, it's like all these weird little memories have come rushing back. Bad memories. I don't think the doc's a good person. I don't think she wants me to be healthy. I don't think she wants me to see people. And now that I'm waking up to the truth, I don't think there's any going back for either of us. You blocked your door? It was just a precaution. I don't think I can underestimate her at this point. For the first time in a while, I don't feel like roadkill, and I'd rather keep it that way. I don't need her coming down here and forcing any medicine on me and doing God knows what to keep you quiet. I'm not a prisoner. We're friendly. We're cool. It's fine. Good. Gives us time to figure out a game plan. Exactly. I think we should treat her like a legitimate threat. I have these weird memories. I always assumed they were dreams or hallucinations because they didn't fit the way I thought of her, but I think she's used tranquilizers on me. Other times that I've gotten too unruly for her. Okay. You guys, okay. I don't think Reese is a bad guy. I think Reese is not a human, and when he transforms, he's got no memory of it. But maybe his mother knows. And so, in an attempt to keep her son human, she makes him shit that makes him too sick and weak to transform into the being that he is. He's got slightly pointed ears. He's got nails. I don't think he's the cat. I feel like that is a distraction. I think it's a distraction that the cat is bad and Reese may have cat qualities in terms of features. I don't know. I want to trust Reese. We'll have to see. This could be my ending. I don't know how much of those memories I can trust, but I'm starting to think I should believe my instincts when it comes to the lengths she's willing to go to keep me under her control. I don't know if you'd be safe either. I'd never forgive myself if she did something to you because I wasn't careful enough. We'll wait until she's asleep. Then we can at least get out of the basement and we can figure out what to do from there. You got games? A distraction seems like a good idea. As you could probably tell, I'm getting a little jittery. It doesn't feel awful, to be honest. Oh, I want him to draw me like a demon. There's a quality to drawing that's almost like catching memories, as sappy as that probably sounds, but this can be a sort of snapshot of the night my life turned around. It's definitely a memory worth holding on to. I'll get you a chair. He excitedly hurries across the room, pulling up a couple chairs. You can see the difference in his energy now that he hasn't had his daily dose of poison. He's more talkative, less slouched, his long limbs no longer perpetually tucked in at his sides. May I touch your face? I don't want to blush. That seems a little too much. You don't even have to ask permission. He places a gentle hand on your jaw, tilting your head slightly to the side. His fingertips are warm on your cheek, the sensation of their light touch lingering on your skin as he pulls away. Perfect. Ayo. He pauses for a moment, his eyes locking with yours, a palpable tension filling the room. Thanks for doing this. You have no idea how long it's been since I was able to have somebody sit for me. I think it's been since high school, probably. He starts sketching. The scraping of the graphite is quick and controlled, long lines sweeping across the paper. He pauses for a brief moment, glancing away in thought. Oh, I have a unique face. I wanted to draw you since we met yesterday. You have such striking bone structure. It makes for a truly unique face. I hope I can capture it. This is so much easier than usual. Sometimes getting the basic forms down can feel like pushing through mud, but this is like breathing. It's just flowing out. He continues scratching out your portrait. The sound of pencil and paper are louder and bolder as his strokes gain confidence. Is he gonna be okay? I just can't believe I let this go on for so long, that I never questioned her. I let her completely isolate me, but I'm fine right now. I'm more than fine. I feel great. It's almost like I'm not actually sick. Is Reese good? You realize it isn't confidence that's deepening the lines on the paper, it's anger, frustration. I feel like maybe I need to diffuse the situation a little bit, right? The situation is starting to feel a little... Hey, don't focus on it, you got a new future. I don't know that for sure though, and I'm not out of danger yet either. I'm still down here. The pencil snaps. Oh no, I'm sorry, I must be acting strange. I feel strange. Do my nails look longer to you? There's a knock on the window. Danny, don't get any closer to that thing. It's time to go home. That voice? I know that voice? Without another word, Wayne starts pounding on the window. Good luck, freak. That glass is shatterproof. Enemies upstairs, enemies outside. We're surrounded. Even if I get out this house, I won't be safe. You won't be safe. What the fuck is going on? Why did he call you that thing? Because he's some kind of monster and he wants me dead. Can't you feel that? The murderous intent is practically oozing out of him. But I'm not weak anymore. I can fight back. I don't have to cower in fear from the people who want to hurt me. I think I've opened up a real messy closet. I can protect both of us, Danny. Oh, he's going. Oh, he's going. He has a tail. As Reese tears at his clothes, paint bubbles out from the canvases, his ghoulish figures peeling themselves out of their two-dimensional worlds, invading yours, crawling up the walls. I fucked up. He got a tail. Hold on, though. Hold on. Leave us alone. In a surge of violence, the change that has been brewing inside Reese finally comes. As it manifests, the broken base window is sealed off and Wayne along with it. Is this your man? Is he your man? Hey, do I know how to pick him or what? Because this is it for me. I'm gonna stay right here. We aren't safe, but I feel strong now. I think I can save us. Stay here. I'll be right back. I just have to deal with the dog. Ooh, wait, is he gonna kill... Is he gonna kill his mom? Reese storms up the stairs, leaving you with his smears. I don't know what to do. I'ma follow. You make your way to the door that beckoned to you yesterday. All intrigue now washed away. You know where it leads, you know what secrets the stone that lurked in the forgotten basement of the clinic had to share with you. Now the clinic holds a new horror. Somewhere beyond the narrow hallway leading from the house proper into doctor's office, there's a monster preparing to do something unthinkable. I probably shouldn't let Reese kill his mother. Yo! Dr. Kelly emerges from the shadows and levels a firearm in your direction. You instantly notice it's not a proper rifle, but some kind of tranquilizer gun. Duck! Don't shoot! She shot! She shoots. The gun isn't very loud. There's only a pop as the projectile leaves the barrel, whizzing past your ear. You turn to see a dart embedded in Reese's chest. He pulls the tranquilizer dart out from between his ribs, heaving heavy breaths as the drug courses through his system. You're gonna have to try harder than that, No, how did you... As if you could hope to stop me, you pathetic waste of flesh. Before Wayne takes another step down the stairs, paint flows out between cracks in the wood, Reese's panic pulling in a mob of furious smears to hold his enemies in place. The artist darts away, but the smears continue their work in his absence. Dr. Kelly makes her escape down the hallway, and Wayne is overcome, glued in place at the top of the stairs by stiffening globs of paint. Let's run after Dr. Kelly. You run forward, braving the onslaught of the smears, dodging them as best as you can, as you try to see where Dr. Kelly went. The door in front of you is smothered in paint. Hey, Dr. Kelly's voice crackles out of some unseen speaker. You, Danny, I'm stuck in the safe room. I can't help you from here, but you can help the both of us. What the hell is your son, ma'am? I wish I knew. He was fine until he hit puberty. Everyone said raising a teen was going to be a bitch, but they didn't know the half of it. I need you to get to the medical storage room. I'll give you further instructions when you're there. You turn back around and head to the medical storage room. Hey, where did Reese go? I'm here. Great, now listen to me. I need you to use the black taped key to get into the cabinet and bring me the elephant tranquilizers. It's a bottle labeled carfentanil. Bear tranquilizers clearly aren't going to cut it anymore. Oh, hey, Reese. An intercom system, huh, Doc? Good, you should hear this. Danny, you don't have to do anything she says. I'm not going to hurt anybody else, just her. If I don't, you and I both know she's just going to shoot me full of elephant tranquilizers. Did I hear that right? And shove me back down in that basement, or maybe someplace even worse, and keep killing me every day for the rest of my miserable existence. I feel amazing right now, better than I've ever felt in my life. Oh boy! I'm not dangerous. She's just scared because she knows she has to finally pay for what she's taken from me. I'm not going to let you kill someone, Reese. Why not? She wasn't afraid I might die. Does she know those tranquilizers aren't going to kill me? Does she care? Trust me, Reese, I've always been very careful with your medication. I want you to live. I love you. Tell yourself whatever lies you have to, Mom. If you wanted a good relationship, you had your chance, and you decided to convince me I was dying instead of letting me exist. That's a point. Don't try to spin like some kind of crime of passion up the consequences of staring you in the face. Enough. Oh, hey, Wayne. Reese cries out in pain. What the hell did you do to my shoulder? I'll handle it. Try to get somewhere safe until then. I just don't know if Reese is bad. You do as she says. The tranquilizers are easy to find, marked with a small square of black tape to match the key. She's an organized woman. You make your way out of the medical storage room and back to the hallway where Dr. Kelly disappeared. As you approach, Dr. Kelly heaves open the door, slowly breaking apart the mass of paint sealing it shut. Hurry, I don't think I keep it open for too long. You slip past her into the safe room. She shuts the door quickly, though one of the little smears manages to slip past her. She stomps on it, painted viscera. Wait. Painted viscera splatters across the cement floor. Is that not what we found? Is that not what we found in the garden after Wayne was standing around? While we're at it, any other secrets you're keeping? Is Wayne connected to Reese's smears? Maybe if you both survive, I might decide to share a few more if you don't go telling to anybody. Let's talk, Reese. Yeah, I bet you have some questions. Go ahead. I have nothing left to hide. How do you know that he's dangerous? Okay, yeah, he does want to murder you. It's not like he's usually a violent kid. He's mostly just sad. But every now and then we butt heads, and that's usually when this side of him comes out. Imagine if this happens anytime he gets frustrated with anyone. Imagine he gets road rage one day, turns into a 12-foot tall monster with a million teeth, and rips somebody apart in the middle of a major metropolitan area. Yeah, he's dangerous. I can fix him! Please! Don't you think it might be a self-fulfilling prophecy? Oh, don't preach to me. Is he a sweet kid most of the time? Absolutely. And Ted Bundy was sweet to the people he picked up off the side of the road. Oh, I feel like she may have a horrible... I know what my son is capable of, so it's my job to make sure he doesn't hurt anybody. Welcome back, Azalea. You've missed actually maybe the most you will ever miss in these entire 4 episodes. What is he? At first I thought he was some kind of werewolf. But if he is, he doesn't follow any kind of full moon rules or anything. Silver doesn't do shit to him, and you've seen what he looks like. It's just weird. I almost wish I could examine him while he's fully transformed. I'd be fascinated to know what happens to him or how his body does it. But he seems pretty hell-bent on ripping my throat out, so I guess it'll just have to remain a mystery. I guess we'll just wait for Reese. The sound of distant breaking glass cuts through the silence of the clinic outside the safe room. Shit, this might be game time. I don't want to do this! Dr. Kelly opens the door. The two of you stare out into the hallway. Are we putting him down? That's the question. Whoa, he's really deep in this transformation. Is this what you were so afraid of? Hand over the tranquilizers. This is our shot. You take a cautious step back from the doorway. What goes around comes around. You've convinced yourself he's evil. You'll never give him a chance to just exist. Could I work this out so that Dr. Kelly and her son can both survive and live? Stop messing around and hand them over now. Reese pushes his now massive form into the safe room, staring down at his mother. Reese, I'm so sorry. So I thought maybe I could defuse the situation. Sorry you had to see that. Dialogue options mock romance will start a romantic art with the character you're talking to. Boop! You carefully pick your way across the room, trying your best to avoid the fresh blood splattered across the floor and kneel next to Reese. So I was really worried that there would be a body. But there's no body, so we can move forward. You could see a sadness in his eyes, staring into yours from his inhuman face. Viscera still dripping from his maw. Can we get him a napkin? You lean in and wrap your arms around him. It takes him a moment to react, seemingly shocked at your touch, but his arms fold around you, his wide palms pressing you gently to him, holding you against his bony chest. His shoulders shake in your grip. You realize he's crying. He breaks away. Danny, I'm sorry you had to be here for this, but thank you. Thank you for understanding me. I need to get out of here. Go someplace where there aren't any memories, but I'll see you soon. Bye, Reese. See you later. And then he breaks out of your embrace and stumbles out of the safe room, his footsteps getting faster and faster as he runs off into his new life. That's my man. There he go. There he go running into the woods with his demon face. That's my man. Shell-shocked, you stumble out of the clinic and into the night air. The night is oddly warm compared to the chill of the day, crickets singing quietly in this sleepy little neighborhood. Everything that happened in the clinic feels almost like a dream, and now that it's over, you realize how little it meshes with your understanding of the world. Is that an episode, you think? It's time to go home. Oh! Now, has Reese killed folk before his mama? It doesn't seem like it. It seems as though whenever he would transform or whatever, his mom would shoot him with tranks, and that was it. And that the medicine he took kept him like too weak to transform. So everything his mom did was it was preventative medicine. So, I figured if you got beef, go ahead. Handle your beef. It's time for you to get home. He appears as if out of nowhere, clothes streaked with what at first looked like blood and gore. Okay. But you quickly realize it's paint, evidence of his altercation with Reese. Okay, altercation with Reese, but when his mom stepped on when Reese's mom stepped on one of his little smears, it left a viscera that reminded me of the shit Wayne left. No way, dude. I'm walking home by myself. You start walking up the road, Wayne's silhouette quickly fading into the dark of the night. I need more answers from Wayne. But it's not long before you hear the slow, methodical thud of boots on the road behind you. You turn to confront your pursuer. Why are you so obsessed with me? I care about what happens to you. You can think of me as some kind of guardian angel, if that would be helpful, but it's time you accepted that you won't be getting rid of me. Wayne walks just ahead of you in near complete silence. Oh, all of these are things that I want to ask. Did you know Reese was like that? I knew he was different. How exactly, I wasn't sure, but now I know. I should be able to make quick work of him next time. He's just misunderstood. He's not complex enough to be misunderstood. He's a miserable walking weapon that spends all his time feeling sorry for himself. It would be best for the world if he were put down. Why are you following me around? Why not Stella or Kanika or Sybil? Why not Tabitha? Because you're special? But why? You simply are? Do you not feel the ties that bind us? They're unbreakable? Did you do something to Stella? I didn't have to. She didn't have it in her to stand by your side. Remember that if you find her, she won't be there if you need her. Seems like Reese gave you a run for your money. Wayne emits a strange kind of coughing sound. You realize he's laughing. He managed to catch me off guard. Those constructs of his were an interesting little trick, but that's all they were. He won't be so lucky next time. You don't need to keep coming up with new topics of conversation to fill the silence. You're tired. It's been a long night. You should rest. Wayne remained silent for the rest of the journey back to the estate. I'm sure we'll see each other tomorrow. You should try to spend some time in that old building before you head to town. Tabitha won't be around, too busy at the mines. Forbidden places won't be forbidden without her there to stop you, and you might be surprised at what you find. Are we finally exploring the house? The estate feels empty when howling through its abandoned halls, the very foundations creaking beneath you. Your cousin must have already gone to bed. Oh, I have to go to bed. Exhausted beyond belief, you stumble into your room and collapse on the bed. The damp smell of the mattress is starting to become almost welcoming, a sign that the now daily horrors of Scarlet Hollow are finally behind you, at least until the sun inevitably rises once again. You close your eyes, your exhausted body succumbing to sleep almost immediately. As you drift off, you think of Reese out in the woods somewhere, bloodstained, free and beautiful, and then you think of nothing. We're done! You guys, we're done! Oh, I don't know if I said it to Azalea or if I said it on stream last time, but I said I'm going to be mad when this ends. And I'm mad! I love it. Did you guys have fun?